Hello. Hi, everyone. Hi, Crystal, my lovely student here. Hi, everyone. Okay, so before, let me, if you can hear me, please write it down in the comment section. Okay, so we wait for a few minutes to let the audience in. Okay, hello, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, please write it down in the comment section, or you give me a thumbs up or a like. Not clear? Hello? Hi? Okay. Hello? Can you hear me now? Vita, can you hear me clearly? If you cannot hear clearly, maybe you can refresh your page. Okay. Hello. So, in the while we are waiting the others audience to come in, so let me share a video. Okay. If you cannot hear me, please write it down in the comment section. Okay. Hello. Hi, now I can see we have some of the audience haven't come in. If can, please help me to share it. Share it the link to your friends and family. Let them to join in this wonderful sharing section with JobStreet. Okay. So, like I say, if you cannot hear me, you can just write it down in the comment sections. Okay, I can see some of my students say hello, hi, hello everyone. Okay. Let me wait for 1 more minute. Okay. Share it the video to your friends, family, those who are looking for a job especially. You can share it now. It's open for public. It's not only for our SEGI students. So you can share it to your brothers, your friends, your relatives. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I think we can start now. So hi everyone. I'm Agnes. It's from SEGI College Kuala Lumpur. So before I start, so let me give you a gentle reminder. Okay, this gentle reminder actually for first one, if you have any question, please feel free to ask in the comment section. Moderator, which means myself, will be help the speaker to go through, and we will pick up the question. We will discuss it later during the Q&A section. So don't miss the chance. Second, the attendance form for you to fill up the digital certificate, we will put that link up at the last 5 minutes. So please stay with us until the end. So if you find your video is lacking, you can refresh it, the video, or you can refresh it, the page actually. Okay, so are you guys ready? Are you guys ready? Please give me some comments, say I'm ready. Are you guys ready? Actually, I'm very excited. Okay, so let's welcome the speaker for today, Mr. Cha and Mr. Kevin from JobStreet, to share with you how to use JobStreet effectively to look for a job. Okay, welcome, Mr. Cha and Mr. Kevin. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Okay, so I will screen out myself. So I will still looking for the comments. So student or audience, you don't be shy. You just blast what question you want to ask. You just write it down in the comment. Okay, see you all later. So I pass it to Mr. Kevin and Mr. Cha. See you.
Thank you, Agnes. So thank you everybody for tuning in today to today's session. So Troy and myself are from JobStreet, and today, hold on, let me just share my screen first. So today we're going to share to you about how do you actually use JobStreet effectively to look for jobs, right? And Chua here is actually someone who is really experienced in the hirer side of things, which means the employer side. So he usually gives talks to employers. He does workshops and whatnot to tell them how do you actually hire effectively. So today he's gonna also, we're very thankful to have him on board to be able to share some of his insights on how the hirers actually use JobStreet platform to look for candidates. And I'm going to share to you about, how do you actually make yourself more visible on JobStreet platform. So here are some of the tips that I can share. So before we start, right, so I just want to again inform you that actually opportunity is waiting for you on JobStreet. As you know, JobStreet today is the leading online employment marketplace with over 30,000 jobs daily. And we've actually conducted a recent survey early 2020, and JobStreet candidates are actually 5 times more likely to land a job. So again, opportunity is always there for you. If you need a job, always, you can go on a JobStreet and always look for a job there. And in case you did not know, so JobStreet actually compiled a portal specifically for fresh graduates and students alike for you to look for, entry-level jobs or even internships or even part-time jobs, right? So in case you want to go and check it out, you can always go to bit.ly/freshgrad portal, or you can just scan the QR code here to go onto the website and you'll be able to find it, right? So now that is out of the way, the next thing for you to do is, of course, you need to be able to, you need to sign in, right? You need to have a JobStreet account. So getting a JobStreet account is actually fairly easy, relatively simple. Some of you might already have a JobStreet account with us, some of you might not. But I'm just going to go through with you this relatively quick process of signing up for a JobStreet account. So of course, you can sign up with a one-touch sign up with Facebook, or you can also use your email to sign up manually. Either way, you end up on this page. So it's actually just 3 simple steps, in order to get your account and actually start looking for jobs, right? So first up, you can either fill up, if you have work experience, by all means fill up your work experience here. But if not, you can always select I'm a student or fresh graduate, and you can proceed. Fill in your qualifications, your university, your field of study, and if you've not graduated yet, you can always put in what year are you going to graduate in. The third step is completely optional. And if you have like part-time experience, for example, working in McDonald's or Starbucks, you can always fill it up. It's encouraged to fill it up. But if not, then you can always skip this up, right? So in case you did not know, again, once you have the JobStreet account, you can immediately go and look for jobs on the platform already. But that is not how you use it effectively, right? So how do you use it effectively is that you also want our employers, our hirers, to be able to search for you on JobStreet, right? So in order for them to do that, there are a couple of tricks here. So before we get into that, here's something that you need to do. So of course, I've created a mock account, as you can see. You have to fill up your preferences, all right? This will help you sort of save time. So once you fill up your preferences, when you come in onto the homepage, all your recommended jobs will be displayed there. And you'll be able to search for jobs that is relevant to your field or relevant to what you have searched for almost immediately. So in order to update this preference here, click on that button, and it will lead you to this. So job preferences, there are keywords here. So it's sort of a drop down list. So if you key in a keyword there, you will have some suggestions dropping down. So for example, if you type in multimedia, it will come up multimedia designer, multimedia, creative designer, and so on. So you can fill that up. In terms of location, you can select which location you prefer to work in, Kuala Lumpur, Selangor, whichever state you are in. Fill that up, and what sort of specialization are you in, right? So you can always fill that up. So once you have all that done already, this is the most crucial part of filling in your profile. So when you click onto your profile, update your profile, these are the fields that you will see. So on the left-hand side, these are all the things that we'll need to be able to, or rather you will need to fill it up. So these are very important. If you fill it up, you'll be able to be, found. You're easily more searchable for our hirers who use our platform. So some of these fields have been already filled up as previously shown during the account registration. But if not, you can always go ahead and update it. So I'm going to jump right ahead to the skills section. So now we've gotten quite a few questions about the skills part. They're saying, hey, I'm a fresh graduate. I do not know what are my skills. I don't have any skills. So what can I fill up over here, right? So what we always tell them is that, always relate it back to your projects that you have done, your portfolios, your presentation in unis, so what role have you played in that that particular project, right? So for one example is that leadership. You might have been a team leader in that particular project, so you can always put it down, right? Negotiation skills, something that is also probably part of your project. Presentation skills, yes, definitely. You would have to present to whether it's your lecturer, your peers, and whatnot. You can also list down Excel, PowerPoint, and so on. Project management is another good one to have in your skill sets, or rather team leading. So if you are also, for example, like what do you call that? Holding a specific role in a society, in a club, you can also put it in as what do you do? What do you do there? Do you plan? Do you plan and execute certain things? Put it in there, right? All of this can be added in. Next up is language, right? So language here is very important. Again, it differentiates you from other candidates who may or may not be able to speak, languages like that. So fill up the language here, and in case you did not know, JobStreet has this English language assessment test, which we call it JELA. And if you have actually filled or rather taken this assessment, it will appear in your profile. So hirers are able to see, what sort of English level are you at, what sort of proficiency are you at, and this actually gives you an edge if you score really well in this, right? So next up, there's the additional information about yourself. This is where we always tell our candidates, here's where you can shine, right? Because if you're able to fill this in, this is a part where if the hirers are searching for you and they do not know about you, they come and read about this information about yourself, they find out a bit more about yourself, and that's what gives you an advantage over the others, right? So here's where you fill up your academic details, your achievements, what sort of courses that you took, any projects that are outstanding in your unis. Fill it up here, and of course, we don't expect you to write your whole life story there. That's why we have a character limitation there. So just do, or rather point out what are the main tasks that you have done, and try to impress the employers. Okay. So I'm gonna also invite Chua to talk a bit about this part. So in case you did not know, and I think you guys are really lucky today, because not many of our candidates will be able to see the back end of our hiring platform, right? So I would like to invite Chua to also give a few pointers on how the hirers actually use this platform to search for candidates, and to, so how are you, by filling up all those things in your profile, how are you more searchable, right? Chua, over to you, Chua. Chua, are you there, Chua?
Hi, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So if you look at this site here, and I've been sharing this with a lot of hirers, and this is a platform where hirers use JobStreet to actually look into your application, and also how do they search for uh, specialized skilled candidates. So in this tool, this is called talent search or resume search for the hirers, and this is where they key in the bar where they can actually search for a certain skill set. So example, if I'm trying to find for a digital marketeer, I will type digital marketing, example, in the position level. And if I would require this person to have Photoshop, so this is where I will type in Photoshop as a skill. So once I have those and I press search, all the profiles will be shown here. So for example, in Malaysia, then I would have probably about 19,000 resumes online. So this is very important for hirers to actually use the different keywords to search. More importantly, today is also looking into what type of keywords, right, that they can continue to put in. So for example, if you've been paying attention to Kelvin just now, example like if I'm looking for leadership, I will also type in something like that, or maybe project management, right? And the next thing I want to have is probably English. So I would actually go down to language section to filter off language to see what are they. And later on in your career, now you guys are fresh graduates, but later on when you do have actual work experience, and then you will also classify yourself under certain industries, right? So this is very important for you as candidate to put in as many keywords as possible inside your resume, and that's where today they search. Now, if you notice, if you're looking at the Kelvin's screen, this is called the JobStreet profile, right? And over here, we have trained close to about as many organizations from the entire Malaysia of how to speed read resumes, right? So you notice your name is on the top left corner, your details is in the middle page, your active profile, and right at the bottom, it would be your language proficiency. Right, so a lot of recruiters and HR look using this format, and that's why it's important to keep the JobStreet profile. And later on, if you wish to attach your resume, do attach inside there later on. Yeah. So again, for this tip, just include as many keywords from your studies, if you're fresh graduates, from your studies inside your resume, so people will understand.
All right, great. Thanks, Chua. So I'm going to just pause a moment here and see if we have any questions from the audience. Agnes, do we have any questions? Oh, okay. Crystal here says, hi, I would like to know what are some of the few most common or usual skills that employers look for when they hire. So great question. So we actually, just to do a bit of sharing, right, we actually did a survey again on what are the skills that hirers are looking at. I'm just going to pull up, if I have one open right now. So hang on, let me just share my screen again. Oops, sorry. All right. So based on the survey that we have done, right? So these are the top 5 traits valued by employers, and problem solve. It is not arranged by, of course, chronologically. These are the top 5 in no particular order. So problem solving skills, communication skills, ability to work independently, teachability, or willingness to learn, and the ability to work under pressure. So these are some of the few top traits that are looked at by employers. Chua, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, I think today's soft skill is very important. So communication skills, in that sense, if you look across the entire industry, all require presentation skills or communication skills. So this is where, and I think even more so right now during the MCO period, where we are all sitting in the at home. When you start working, right, the new normal will also be working with different colleagues from different countries as well. So communication skills is very, very important that you may want to keep inside your resume, right? Yeah, presentation skills. If you are going towards sales and stuff like that, negotiation skills. And later on, when Kelvin do a segment on digital marketing, there will be an array of digital skills required later on. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Any more questions here? Can we add our own works like freelance works in work experience column? That's a good one. Chua, what do you think about it?
Yeah, I think it's very important that if you would put in the position title freelance photographer or freelance web designer and stuff, and also share what are your work experience that you have done so far. That way, as a potential hirer, when they look into your resume, they will see that you have done actual work. And that's why it's very important over here, including if you're doing part-time jobs and stuff like that, maybe in Starbucks, McDonald's, or retail outlet, or stuff like that. You can also add inside your resume. The idea over here is also to share a glimpse to hirers looking at your resume that you have prior work experience during the school holidays and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good one. So definitely do include it in, because as what Chua mentioned, right, the hirers actually look at what are some of the skills and also initiatives that you have taken to actually further improve yourself. So that would actually also give you an edge over other candidates who may not have this kind of ability as well, or rather doing freelance jobs. Right. So I guess we can probably proceed and take some other take the questions later on, right? So so next up, so we've actually shared with you what what are the things you can do on your profile to be more searchable, right? But right now, what do you do, or rather, how do you actually then, as a candidate, use JobStreet more effectively? So this is something that we have just recently relaunched. It's our new mobile app. Now, of course, we have our mobile app for quite some time already. It's just that recently we have completely revamped it. So we have new, visuals, new graphics. We've made it more vibrant. All based on candidates' feedbacks, and we've actually came up with a new app that is more easy to use and more again, like I said, more vibrant, right? So what's new here? Brand refreshed. Of course, we have completely revamped the mobile experience, so it makes it easier to search for jobs on our mobile app right now. We previously, with the mobile app, you have to log in before you can start searching for jobs. We've actually removed that now, and you have the guest mode. So basically, you can just download the app and go in from the get-go, search for jobs. But of course, if you do want to apply for a job, you have to log in and apply with your JobStreet account. Next up, we have resume management, right? You can now upload, view, and delete your resume, so you can always keep your resume up to date. So with all these new updates with the mobile app, you can essentially apply for jobs anywhere you are. So you can apply for jobs on the go. It's of course available for Google and Apple. You can scan the QR code there to actually get to the link. So I'm just going to quickly share with you what we have done and how you can, or rather how it benefits the candidates out there. Right. So first up, of course, as I mentioned, brand refresh. We have completely new graphics on there. Whether you're a new or existing user, you'll be taken through this new journey just to tell you what's new, what you can do. So it's pretty interesting. Do have a look at it. So one of the major changes we've done is to this. So how you search for jobs. So we have presented in the four thumbnails below. And when you actually click on the search function, you have this, we call it a tile view format, where you can easily click on which industry are you actually looking at. And what's more, what's great about this is that this job discovery experience is actually powered by recommendations and search. What this means is that whatever that you have searched previously, the job that it will be recommended to you is based on that, right?
Yeah.
So, for example, yeah.
So maybe you want to share your screen, and then the view audience can see your slide on the new app.
Oh, sorry, my screen is not shared.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so sorry. So yeah. So sorry about that. I didn't know my screen was not sharing. Okay, so as you can see, again, I'm just going to quickly flash what is the new mobile view like, right? So as I said, whether you're an existing or new user, you'll be taken through this journey where you learn how to navigate through our new app. Again, as I mentioned, what's new about this is that we have updated the search function, right? So if you click search on the mobile app, you'll be taken to this tile view format where you can search for your industry really quickly. And again, because it is powered by recommendations and search, whatever that you have searched for previously, we have an algorithm that would pull out relevant jobs based on your previous search to recommend it to you. So it's actually really intuitive now. And of course, we're always constantly working on improving this app. So in the near future, we're actually incorporating an AI, so an artificial intelligence, to this function. And that would actually really help to improve your job search even more with the AI on board. So yeah, stay tuned for that. So as I mentioned earlier, guest mode. So this actually lowers the barrier for candidates to discover more jobs, because when you download the app, you can immediately go and search for jobs without needing to log in first. Last but not least, resume management.
That reminds me, search for my own job also.
Oh, okay. So the last but not least, resume management. As I mentioned, you can also upload, view, or delete your resume. Keep it constantly up to date on the mobile app. So with all these improvements, the mobile app is actually a really different experience from what you get on the website. So it just makes your job search a bit quicker, a bit more effective. And hopefully you'll be able to then secure an interview really quickly. So that actually brings me to the end of the presentation for today. We're going to open it up again for questions. So if you do have any questions, I think Agnes will help to flash it out on the screen, right?
Yes. Actually,
Okay.
I think we have one when you mentioned it, the English test. Vita Kavi actually is asking this question. Can we redo the English test?
Okay, that's a very good question over here. So the English test can be done once every 6 months, but you can do the trial as many times as you like. So it's important for you to do as many trials as you can, but after that, once you do the actual test, it's only 6 months later you can update it, redo it, right? So make sure you score pretty well. So the question is about up to 40 questions, and for me, example, when I scored 39, I didn't want to do the test for many years. So I'll just leave it as that, right? Yeah.
Okay, so we have another question. So Kevin was asking about the mistake, the common mistake that you will see from the candidate when they are applying the job.
Okay, when you talk about common mistakes for applying for jobs is you don't really know what you want and you just simply apply. And sometimes when you simply apply, other hirers may find that, I'm actually open to any candidates. And because of that, I start calling you for an interview or say, hey, would you be interested? the most horror stories I hear is when candidate reply, "Oh, did I apply for this job? Can you tell me what position is it for?" That really creates a bad impression on the candidate, right? And do take note, hirers can also blacklist you if you don't come for interviews. So please show up for interviews as well if when you agree to. Yeah.
I think I would like to add on the other common mistake that we've always seen is that candidates do not understand what the job is about, right? So they apply and thinking that it's another kind of job, and then when they actually go for interview, they really do not know what they're talking about. So understand the job role, understand the JD before actually applying for it. So these are also some of the mistakes that we've seen.
Okay. So actually, we have another one. Was how can I research on a company working environment to match it with my personally? So do JobStreet have provide any personality test or how?
Okay, I think personality tests, there is a lot online that you can take. So there's 4 different personality traits. More importantly is also looking into the working profiles, the working environment. So in JobStreet site here, we have the company profiles that you can log into. It's also on top of the screen. That is where you can actually research on, how well is the company in terms of salary, work-life environment. Yeah, so there is many different areas for you to look at. Stress level. So if you can see some of the employees been commenting very good boss and stuff like that, you do have a good sense of impression of how the company performs as well, right? Yeah. So if you look into any job advertisements today, they are also advertising some of the photos that they've taken during team building, annual dinners, team meetings, and stuff like that. So this also gives you a glimpse of how they operate on a daily basis.
I see. Actually, we have a lot of questions.
Sure.
Yeah, we have our audience is so good. There are comments, so many questions downstairs. So keep it up. All the audience, you can just ask. I will pick it because we are looking for the time, so I cannot go through one by one. So I will choose those interesting question. So let me see. Yep, I think this a lot of student or public, they are actually asking for the foreign company.
Okay, so you're talking about attraction for to join a foreign company. I would say a multinational company, like MNC companies, right? Okay, and consider me as a candidate if I'm interested to work overseas. Okay, there's 2 prongs to this question over here. Do you want to join a MNC company in Malaysia, or do you want to join a company overseas? There's 2 things. So let me address the first one. If you're trying to go into an MNC company, well, today, close to 90% of the hirers are SME companies. The rest, 10% are all the multinationals. Now, from here, right, you can see the multinational companies will hire the best of the best. And that is why academically, you need to do well in your studies. So please pay attention and yeah. The second thing to stand up from there is that is where you need to have a lot of extracurricular activities and stuff to show that you are active and participating in a lot more things. Why? So in terms of hiring, right? Hirers look into 2 sets of things. Number 1 is looking into how well you do academically. Number 2, they are also looking into your personality, your attitude, your willingness to be proactive, to do things extra, right? Going the extra mile. So these are things that you need to have also because they will juggle between both sides. Yeah. So that is just the first question. Now the second question, I can see if you are interested to work overseas. Now there are also job opportunities in JobStreet. And that's why it's also important to note that JobStreet is a multinational company, but we are also present in Southeast Asia. That would mean that Indonesia does JobStreet, Singapore does JobStreet, Philippines does JobStreet. So that is where you can also get jobs overseas as well, right?
Okay. I can see a lot of people actually they are asking about how to write attractive resume.
Okay. Kelvin, you wanna talk about
Yeah,
it?
sure. So so the attractive resume, I mean, I would say, I mean, I wouldn't use the word attractive. I would say more effective resume, right? So when the hirers are actually looking at a resume, I mean, they will have to filter through a lot of resumes, whenever they're hiring. So the key thing here is to have your resume ideally as a one pager. That's good enough, right? And highlight things that is relevant to that job. So, for example, if you're applying for an IT field, right, an IT job, but you have actually worked part-time in Starbucks. For me personally, I think it's not really necessary for you to fill that in because it's not going to contribute to your skill sets as as an IT candidate, right? So you can probably leave that out unless you have space in your resume. You can put it in, but you want to save that space to mention, certain skill sets that you have that will contribute to that role, or certain programs or other courses that you have taken online that will actually help you with in that role as well. So always keep it clear, always keep it short, and what I told my other students as well is always do spell check, right? So nothing sticks out like a sore thumb than a spelling error, a spelling mistake. So always spell check. That shows the level of attention you put into your resume as well.
Just to add also from there, right? The reason why Kelvin mentioned that keep it short, just bear in mind that as a recruiter of a company, they are looking at thousands over resumes. So what will make you stand out from there, right? So if it's bullet point is short, if you can tell them what specifically you're doing, they don't have to search the entire paragraph just to find out when you are doing this. That is important. And that's why in the JobStreet profile, we have skill sets for you to just quickly tell me, are you an advanced, beginner, or intermediate, right? So that's very important. Yep.
Actually, I have a question I want to ask is, like, just now Kevin also already showed us how to fill in the how to use the JobStreet to fill in all the skill, the education. But why I can see a column there, we need to upload another resume. Actually, what is the difference for based on these two?
Okay, so uploaded resume, I'm sure in your university and courses, you would also attend other courses where to write resumes and stuff like that and attach photos and stuff. So probably that would be your soft copy, your hard copy page, right? But today we are also moving online, digital. So digitally, then you will have your JobStreet profile page. That would be your main profile, your main resume. Then additionally, if you want to add on more things that you want to write in, then you can actually attach everything inside. Now, for example, when I was helping one of someone to write in their resume, so this person, the candidate is a professor. So what happened was, I tell him to give me a one-pager because he has written a lot of books and his entire resume is 8 pages. So I said all the appendices and everything you can just put in the attached column. You don't need to showcase everything. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. One of the question they are asking, if we have another English qualification such as IELTS, will it be considered as an English test also?
Yes, it will be. So you can just add it inside your qualification and also share out the scores. So inside your resume, that is where it's good that you have different matrices inside there. Something that is quantifiable. Something like if your IELTS is what scores or marks is it, please state it inside rather than just say I've attended IELTS, right? So this scoring is very important to differentiate you between another candidate. Yeah.
We actually student is interesting to want to know about what is the difference between the website and the apps, that which one is more use friendly for the student and more older personal.
Okay. This one, I'm not older. Maybe I ask Kelvin to answer.
So I think there are two. It's not to say whether it's older or more user friendly for students. It serves sort of different. I mean, although you both of it you can use to apply for a job, right? But some people would prefer a different experience than the other. So the whole point is that the app is more simplified and more concise. So the features there are really just to help you search for jobs, right? Whereas the website you can do a lot more. You can also visit our sort of career resources. We have like articles and whatnot for you to read through. You can only access that through the website. In the mobile app, you don't have that. And then we have career insights, right? So just sharing a bit, career insights is actually a website where we consolidate all the information about salary across various industries. So candidates can actually go there and search for, what is the market rate for this industry, for example. So the website, it's sort of a wider perspective of everything, a wider functionality, whereas the app is more concise, right? It's more focused.
Okay, let me go. Audience, you still can ask the question. Don't be shy, okay? So you still can ask. I believe Mr. Chua and Mr. Kelvin, they can answer you actually. Let me see. All right. Okay, Vita, actually, I think Vita have another question.
I'd like to change job perspective. What do you mean by job perspective? You mean like changing industry?
Probably yes, like I'm doing health, maybe I change to be a business marketing.
So maybe I can share a bit of my personal experience, right? Because I think I can relate to this. So I actually graduated as a hospitality and tourism student, right? So I've been in internships in hotels and whatnot, and then subsequently I changed my career. I went into marketing. So it's something where I would say you would have to be sort of, if for example, if you are already in a certain position, a certain level in your current job, and if you want to switch industries, you have to be prepared to actually take on the role as a sort of more junior level, just to learn things up, from ground up. So it's still fine, I believe. You can still change industry. The other thing about changing industry is that you always want to see if there's any skills that are relevant or that you can carry forward to the other industry. So for example, in hospitality, we do also learn about sales, marketing, accounting. It's essentially a business course in a very wide syllabus, right? So all of these are also transferable, and make sure that you also mention it, in your resume, that you have these certain skills and whatnot. Chua, would you like to add anything else?
Yeah, I'm just trying to relate to my work experience, right? So for the first 8 years that I was working, I was with the IT industry. And then after that, I went into the logistic industry and for 7 years. And after that, I'm now with JobStreet for 5 years. So you can see I've been switching different industries as well. But essentially, it's the skills that you carry throughout different industries. And that's what Kelvin mentioned. It's actually very right that, if you have the communication skills, if you have the background, that is important. So again, that is why as you progress through your career, you can continue to have different types of options, right? And then you want to climb and do different things as well. Example, so if you are customer service or even digital marketing, right? And you are working in an IT company, later on, let's just say an MNC company for FMCG industry wants to hire you. You can actually move in the digital space, and later on you can move from there within your specialization. Of course, if you want to move from digital marketing to do banking, totally out of it, then you have to restart certain things. Or if you want to do sales, then they have to look into your interpersonal skills, whether is it relevant or not. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I think we are running out of the time. I probably will have a last question from the audience. So, Vina was asking, how do highest focus for this one especially I think is student are more focused on academic qualification and result or towards the working experience and skill?
Okay. You putting me up on a tight spot because this is hosted by Segi. How to answer diplomatically? Okay. All right. Yes, I think if you're going to start your first career, right, your academic qualification plays an important role. Reason being is because today there are hundreds of thousands of candidates graduating every year, right, and different times of the month. So that would mean that your competition is going to go up, right? That's where they would want to know where you are and how they can continue to pay accordingly. Now, of course, if we talk about working experience play a vital role because you have already joined the workforce, meaning to say that you understand corporate culture, you also understand corporate politics, if there's any, so you know how to balance yourself in certain things, right? And that is why today I see some question maybe relating towards the new normal in hiring over here. So I'm also going to take this question and address the other question also. He also talks a bit about how some candidates today who have work experience, but because of the new normal where COVID-19 is happening, they don't have job opportunities or they may be retrenched or stuff like that. Now, they are also fighting for the same job opportunity with you, right? So what is important right now is your willingness to learn. Telling the hirers, yes, I can actually also perform. I am actually willing to be taught, right? So teaching, because today one of the challenges experienced work candidates have is I already know everything. I can just come in, but then later they have to unlearn what they do. So that's also a challenge for new companies hiring these candidates. So there's a balance of both sides. What I encourage you guys to do is to go in with an open mind, but the willingness to take on challenges. Yeah.
Good. Thank you for Mr. Chua and Mr. Kevin. Actually, they are share a lot, even their personal experience. So do I. I also actually I already graduate. I actually looking for job. I always using JobStreet to look for my job. Even from the beginning until the end, until now, I also will look using JobStreet to look for job. But today I learned a lot is the keyword resume, the thing you must know what you want. Actually, you must know what you want and you can write the good resume. Okay, so audience, don't worry, your question I will mark it down. Okay, I will reply you in email, or you like Mr. Chua and Mr. Kevin say you can actually follow their Facebook, their apps. You can download the apps. I believe they have the team to answering your questions. So for SEGI student, I always be here with you. So you can just send me the email. So all right, thank you so much for the wonderful tips. Hope you all can like and share our video. So looking at the time, I think it's difficult to continue the part 2. Okay, Kelvin, what do you think? Do you think we have enough time to do part 2?
Yeah, I think we can probably push the part 2 to another date, because I think that is also quite in depth and quite a few questions there. And as you said, I don't think we have enough time to actually cover it.
Yeah, because part 2 we will have a career experience, personal career experience in digital marketing field. Is a quite very interesting topic. So we will discuss about the date and time, and we will let you all know. So very sorry about that. We will reschedule it, and we will re-inform again. So thank you for your patience and understanding. So before I talk about the e-certificate, so I would like to thank Mr. Chua and Mr. Calvin from JobStreet to collaboration with us, Segi College KL. I think all of us is beneficial from this sharing. Okay.
Yeah,
So
no worries, our pleasure.
okay, so audience, let's give applause to Mr. Calvin and Mr. Chua. Okay, so let me pop up the e-certificate. Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, let me open the full screen. Let me open the full screen. Okay, so student, public, for the audience, this is a certificate feedback inquiry form for you. You can scan the QR code or you can click the link. We will send it in the comment section. You can click the link. So this link, probably we are open for only 30 minutes. So get yourself now to fill up the form. So we will send you the e-certificate within 13 days, okay? So maybe you can screenshot it, you can take the picture, okay? Is it okay? Let me share the link in the comment site so that you can click the link. Don't forget to give us a like, share. Maybe, okay. All right. So thanks again. All the best, everyone. Thank you for your patience and understanding. We are unable to do the part 2. So we'll reschedule it and inform it later. Thank you for joining us. So see you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Bye.